I used to look at them like, like, how do you get into that? Like, I like not straight to their face, like, ooh, you're a druggie, I didn't do that, but I still, kind of thought I was above that or above them in a way. Oh, yeah, yeah. Alright, so we're going to get right into the video. I already color corrected just because I know this is going to be a longer makeup and a message, because I'm going to give you full face this time. We're used to the basics, but I'm going to give you full face. Eyelashes as well. Are they baby eyelashes? Indeed. But I'm doing them. So I started off with the color corrector, LA Girl Pro. Alright, I applied some here around my mouth and right at the bridge of my nose. If you can see, this is what that reddish tone is. That's the color corrector. So now we're going to go in with our concealer. We're going to use still LA Girl Pro, but Warm Honey. And today we're going to talk about judging people. I don't know why I decided to talk about that today, but I think it's a good topic. So that's what we're going to discuss. So when I think about judging people, I think of how a lot of people view Christianity. They're like, they're like hypocrites. They say one thing and do another, or they look down on you like they don't do anything wrong, and this, that, and the third. And I just kind of want to touch on judging people in general and how it should be done. Not necessarily like we agree with everything, but judging in general kind of just pushes people away from you and from their faith. So let's really get into it after I apply this concealer. Okay, so let's blend that out. So let's start off with an example. I used to drink quite a bit. I definitely stuck to wine, but here and there I would definitely indulge. I would go out, party, drink with friends in my younger 20s. Still in my 20s, but in like the fresh 20s, like 21, run me my shot type. And I viewed alcohol in a different way. The way I viewed it is, it's not wrong. Like, I can drink. It's legal, so I could do what I want to do. Now, but at the same turn, I would look at people that do like, drugs or hard drugs, the sniffing and snorting and poking and prodding, I used to look at them like, like, how do you get into that? Like, I like not straight to their face, like, ooh, you're a druggie, I didn't do that, but I still, kind of thought I was above that or above them in a way. Not as a whole. I didn't look down on them like peasants, but I still, it was cringy to me. Like, yeah, I'm not friends with people like that, And now I see it in a whole nother light. And I'm going to get into that. I applied and blended out the concealer. Now, sorry, y'all. Now I'm going to go in with my Chestnut LA Girl Pro, which is my skin tone. I'm going to go in later with the dark cocoa to contour. So now I look at it differently. So I stopped drinking alcohol just because it was convicting my spirit. I felt like it was becoming an idol in my life, where I'm drinking all the time versus, oh, just when I go out, I drink occasionally. No, occasionally is not every few days or, once a week. To me, occasionally should be like special events, holidays, things of that nature. It shouldn't be all the time or every weekend when you're going out with your friends. That's just my personal opinion. And I did feel like at a certain point, it was beginning to be an idol. And that's not okay. Now, am I like everyone else or other Christians that the way that they view it? I view it as this. When I was drinking or out in the world doing those things, I felt like it was okay because everyone around me was doing that. And so I partaked in it, or I partook in it. And even though, even like right now, I don't think it's right, I just abstain from it at all. And I kind of want to go as long as possible without doing it at all. But I also look at it as this: we're not supposed to lead anyone astray. So would I feel comfortable with going out and drinking in front of other people? No, not necessarily, because I don't know who was straddling the fence, and was debating on whether they should stop drinking or not. And they saw me doing it. And now, oh, it's okay. Or who knows, they might, one of the 10, 15 people that watch my videos, and know my faith and know, how I view things and know that I'm a believer. And they see me doing it, and now all of a sudden, I've led them down the path of sometimes no return. So I just try and be mindful of everyone else around me. Now, if I want to indulge in my home, maybe, but I feel like even then it should be moderations. So I said all that to say, when it comes to judging people, instead of looking at it as judging, look at it as love. Like, you don't want people to either make the same mistakes that you've made, or you don't want them to be ignorant to the decisions that they're making. But in no way, shape, or form do I feel like we should be pointing fingers at people or making people feel less than for the things that they partake in. I'm going to go in with a dark cocoa LA Girl Pro. All right. And I'm going to contour cheekbones, top areas, my nose, all that good stuff. I feel like judging is like one of the biggest things that push people out of the church or push people out of religion in general. And like they'll say, I've heard so many people that used to be like in the church as a child, they talk about, how this person used to say these things to them, or this person used to say things. I've even been a victim of that. And I feel like, do you even read the Bible? Like, do you read the Bible? Who was Jesus, even entertaining the majority of the time? Sinners. And if you think about it, the people in the church killed him. So I'm not saying all churchgoers are just, terrible. No, I'm not saying that. But the ones that do point fingers or cast stones, but be sinning, you're the people that are pushing people away from Christ, and
I don't like that.
I don't like that. And when I kind of like sit back and examine myself and see like how far I've come. I looked at my flaws or the issues that I've had in my past, and now I kind of look at it as I like some of my makeup and a message to be somewhat of a testimony, you know, just to explain the things I've struggled with, the things I've overcome, and how to overcome it, you know. So now, am I saying that we can't tell people when they're wrong, or, you know, have an opinion on what people do? No, I'm not saying that, because clearly I have an opinion. That's what Foolishness Fridays are for, you know, or my makeup and a message. I state my opinions all the time. But when it comes to thinking you're better than people or treating people like they're less than, that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of judgmental behavior that really takes a toll on people, and you don't realize what you're doing until it's too late. When it comes to like little kids that get bullied and stuff like that, we don't realize the toll we're putting on people, and it's just not okay. It's not okay. So I think I'm gonna actually go ahead and put on the eyelashes now. I'll show you all what they look like. They actually came in this case here. This is Makeup Essentials Lashing Out. The packaging is real cute. It's like a tinfoil. Yeah. And the lashes, I told you they like really, really you know, y'all know I don't do lashes, so you know what, you guys? It just dawned on me that I don't have any glue. Okay, you know, I don't do this. Okay, so we're gonna have to save the eyelashes for another makeup and a message, and we're just gonna keep on going with the look. Sorry. All right, so let's get into the eyebrows instead. Sorry about that, you guys. I know y'all was looking for, oh, she about to do some lashes. Nope. Got y'all. Right, so let's go ahead and get into the eyebrows. I already started doing this side, as you can tell. But yeah, like, we have to start doing better. Instead of being so judgy, maybe we should actually like get to know some of these people, you know, and because a lot of times the things that people do is kind of rooted in trauma, or they're just having some issues, you know, some problems in their life, and that's their coping mechanism. That's like they're doing all this because they feel empty, or it's something missing and they don't know what it is. And a lot of times it's God. Like, what's missing is just your relationship with him in general. He doesn't know you, and you don't know him, whether you think you do or not. And a lot of times that's the problem. And we try and fill this void inside of us with other things, and it slowly but surely turns into an addiction, or it turns into an idol, because you can't satisfy that hunger. You can't satisfy the hunger, because no matter what you do, you're still going to want that. And until you figure out what it is, you keep filling it and filling it and filling it with things that just slowly deteriorate you. And that's why it's like when you don't have him, you have death. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Switch around, get comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up my eyebrows. I'm actually going to do the rest of this off camera. But of course, like I always do, I'm going to let you all tune in. Hope you all enjoy the music. And let's finish up the look. I'm back with the final look. I did eyeshadow this time. Good contour. I like it. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. If it's basic again, you can tell me it's basic. It's okay. Because, you know, I'll be that. I'll be that basic.
Cut the cameras.
Yeah. So that's the final look. And then I'll go ahead and get into my final thought. So with the final thought, let's just be very thoughtful to people. It's all about being considerate or looking at someone else's perspective. Like they can say anyone, like when people say anyone can be homeless, look at it in that aspect. Okay, this person has a drinking issue. This person has a smoking issue. This person does this. This person does that. You know, it's a reason under the sun for everything. People don't just wake up one morning and say, I want to be an alcoholic. People don't just wake up one morning and say, I want to be a drug addict. People don't just wake up one morning and say, hey, I want to buy a tent and sit on the street. No, it doesn't normally work that way. So instead of telling people, you know, looking down on people or making them feel less than, how about let's just look at their perspective or be mindful of how we speak to these people or how we treat these people, because you just never know. And your kind words or your just ounce of help or just understanding could make a whole difference for these individuals. So, you know, have a heart. At the end of the day, have a heart. So I thank you all for tuning in to this Makeup and a Message Monday. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button because you know you want to, and it's free. Notification bell if you will. so you'll get notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and see you all for the next video. Bye.